Hello. Once again, I'm sorry about the delay. I wanted to get this posted right after the other video, but truth be told, unlike the vast majority of my other videos, this is actually the second recording of this. I had to make some changes to the original. And the reason for this is that I focused on only one aspect, and I was so overcome with tunnel vision that some of the other ramifications just passed me by, and once I looked at them, they were too terrifying to ignore. Uh, anyways. This is about an HIV drug. When I said this was disgusting at the time, I was about to frickin' hurl while I was recording the other video. I got to this because, as usual, as I'm going around and reading other comments, sometimes I skim through and I try and get basic concept in as much detail as I can from an article, but honestly what I'm most interested in is I'm more interested in the comments. I want to know what other people think. I don't want to know what the author thinks. I essentially know that after reading the first 3 paragraphs and then the last paragraph of just about any article. Now, this one honestly bothers me. This one is on the Daily Beast. I will be leaving a link to it, as well as the article in the New York Times. These are 2 different articles written at 2 different times, giving a number of different points of view. I don't think they meant to give certain points of view in the New York Times article. But, not my problem. Alright. Now, on to point. The article is about a woman who is wanting to get pregnant. Just one problem. Her husband is HIV positive. And as we know, as long as he's the one who has the infection and she does, as long as he doesn't have any open sores or there's really fluid transfers other than maybe a kiss or something, which is highly unlikely to go and transfer under normal conditions. And apparently her husband has a very, very low viral load. Now, so low, in fact, that a number of doctors have actually told her that if she wants to go and have a child, that it should be safe for her to have sex with her husband. His count is low. We're talking like Magic Johnson low. So, I mean, yeah. Well, she doesn't want that. What she wants is this drug called Truvada. Truvada. If you want to look it up. And I recommend it. It has certain benefits, but there are some huge drawbacks. And I will be getting into that. Well, she wanted to go and take this drug, not thinking or accepting the fact that the drug doesn't offer protection for her child. Yeah. It supposedly this drug is, if used properly, and 100% of the time, this HIV drug can apparently be up to 99% effective. Alright, that's one of the good things about it. The problem is that it's not a cure. So what that means is it's a preventative drug. which means all of us who do not have the virus would have to take this drug on a daily basis for about the next 50 to 70 years to eradicate this disease. 50 to 70 years. Dude, we are still finding out what the hell our food is doing to us. I mean, come on. Male sperm counts across the globe are plummeting. And they plummet essentially every time these new, quote-unquote, first world food preservative chemicals and techniques. Every time we come out with this shit or a new food coloring, sperm counts drop, cancer rates rise. Dude, you are what you eat. Hell, it's not only that you are what you eat, your sperm is what you eat. And if you're not eating healthy food, you're not going to have healthy sperm. You're not going to have healthy glands. You're not going to be able to produce enough testosterone. Never mind the fact that half of these chemicals actually produce estrogen in your system. Wow. Sorry about that. That was a bit of a rant. Anyways, getting back on point. This woman wanted a Truvada so she could have sex with her husband without a condom and get pregnant. Yeah, okay. Then it goes on to say that this is a wonderful drug and everything else. I started thinking that, well, if this is just something that someone takes, well, this was after I made the video, that I should be able to find evidence and anecdotal evidence and comments from all over in the gay community. You would think this would be a popular thing. And you know what I found? It is. So popular, in fact, amongst certain people within the homosexual community that they are called Truvada whores. And apparently, as a result of these Truvada whores, obviously going out, having, going bareback, as a result of these Truvada whores, the gay community out west is experiencing a minor explosion of syphilis and gonorrhea infection rates. And right now, this is essentially within the gay community. Not a huge chunk of the population, and they are already having problems. Well, now this just shows you the possible dangers of this. What there also isn't any additional numbers for is any increase in rates of HIV infection. I'm not talking amongst the people that are taking the drug itself. Let me put this in straight man terms. Your wife goes to work, right? She's popping this drug. You don't know about it. She goes in and screws a paper boy, office clerk, intern, take your pick. It's probably all three anyways. She goes and screws them. One of them is HIV positive. She's taking the drug. There's a 99% chance she's safe. All that junk is still in her. She comes home, and you two have your marital relations. Now, she's HIV free. You're infected. Yeah. Well, isn't that doesn't that just kind of tighten that butt crack up a little bit? I mean, seriously, finding out about this stuff, you just kind of all your muscles just kind of clench and you start getting that churning feeling in your stomach. Anyways, this woman was upset because this doctor did not want to go and give her this drug. He didn't want to go and give her the drug, essentially on the premise of it could be dangerous to the child. She eventually went to another doctor and got her script filled, but she felt shamed and oppressed because this doctor did not want to go and take the chance of his decision coming back to bite him in the ass. If he gave her that drug, which they're trying to force him now to do this by law, as it turns, it's not just him specifically, it's doctors in general. But if he goes and gives her this drug and she thinks it's okay, and he tells her it's okay because that's what the paperwork says, then what that means is that if she goes out, does something stupid, and the drug isn't 100% effective, and it's not, we only have small sample populations, but so far it's really effective, but not 100%. If he sends her out with this, he's liable for any infection she possibly could spread. He's liable for any birth defects of her child. He's liable for essentially any disease that she passes on as a result of her belief in this medication. Now, as scary as that is, and the fact that this guy is essentially being shamed, not because he shamed her or that he had intended anything to shame her or used any direct shaming language, but simply because she felt as though he wasn't giving her what she wanted. And by not giving her what she wanted, he is violating her human rights. When in reality, he's thinking of the possible public health hazards. And the fact that he can be sued over and over and over again. Especially if she cheats on her husband and it's not effective. Dude, could you imagine that? Ugh. Now, I'll be honest, I had not considered the gay community during the first video. And when I looked into it, the problems with this drug became exceedingly clear. And probably the worst problem is that this isn't a drug for the people who are already infected and know that they are infected. This isn't a drug for them to take. This is a drug for the rest of the planet to take on a daily basis. I can see the good in trying to only have the people around the gay community or not the gay community, but the HIV community. I can understand them trying to get control, not wanting to pass on to partners, kids, and stuff like that. But before you start essentially promoting a drug that everybody else is going to have to take, essentially for not being infected, I really don't know how I feel about this. It's just, yeah. This woman is complaining about being shamed by her doctor behind a closed door because he wouldn't give her a medication that she asked for, not that he prescribed. Now we're going to have to go and legislate away a doctor's right to choose or to prescribe anything to any woman. Yeah, this is really disgusting. I did one on Queens of disease. That was bad enough. Now we're actually talking a virus that kills you slowly. This is just sick. Oh no. We have to worry about her feelings. Screw any public health concerns.